Amanduanwe or Amashangane are a lost nation. These people don't even know what language they used to speak. They don't even know what language they used to speak. They say we speak Chishangan. Hey! I was once asked, Yo Bison, what language did Amanduanwe or Amashangane speak? Well, I couldn't answer them with honesty, but I told them that, hey, we used to speak a Nguni language or a Nguni dialect, and they expected me to say Chitsonga. I told them that I'm a Shangane of Nguni origin. Then they debated me, say, I am a Xhosa Nguni. Well, my guy, you don't know history, so sit down. Let me talk to you. Oh wow, you have sat with me. Let's talk. So, for you to know about Amashangane or the Shangane nation, you need to know about King Soshangane or Manukosi Nxumayo kaZikode. Without Manukosi kaZikode, there wouldn't be a cluster or the Gaza nation. King Soshangane was never a Shangane, but in Ndwandwe, because of him, a cluster was formed, a nation was formed, and it was known as Amashangane. So let me take you to my class so we can know about King Soshangane and how the people lost their language. So let's go to class. If you want to learn about Soshangane, you should learn and understand the nation that he was born to. Soshangane, born Manukosi, was born and raised within the Amandowandwe nation. And I know most South Africans know nothing about Amandowandwe. It seems this nation disappeared out of existence around the 1800s. The Ndwandwe were a powerful Nguni kingdom that occupied the northern region of present-day KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa during the 18th and the early 19th century. Soshangane Nxumayo was born around the year 1780 in the region of KwaNongoma. Soshangane was a descendant of the Ndwandwe royal lineage, tracing his ancestry through the Nxumalo clan. His older cousin, Zwide Kayanga, belonged to the senior house of the Ndwandwe and ruled as a king during Soshangane's early adulthood. King Zwide was regarded as one of the most powerful and feared rulers in KwaNongoma. Before Soshangane established his own kingdom, he served as a high-ranking military commander or Induna under King Zwide. Soshangane was among several notable leaders within the Ndwandwe sphere, alongside figures such as Zwangendaba of the Chele clan, Nxaba of the Msane clan, and Mzilikazi of the Khumalo clan, who was related to the Ndwandwe royal house through his mother, Nompethu kaZwide, who was married to Mashobana kaMangethe. Following escalating conflict between the Ndwandwe and the Mthethwa, particularly during the Battle of Umhlathuze, Soshangane broke off from Zwide's authority. He led a northward migration with Ndwandwe regiments and followers, eventually entering southern Mozambique. Based on where they migrated from, it is evident that they spoke a Nguni language or a Nguni dialect before they adopted other languages. When the Ndwandwe led by King Soshangane entered southern Mozambique, they encountered other tribes. They said, Sidinga indawo eyokuhlala, which simply translates to, we are looking for a place to stay. Upon settling in some regions, Soshangane established dominance over local populations, including the Tsonga, Chopi, and the Ndawo-speaking communities. He introduced the Ndwandwe Nguni military and political systems, consolidating power and laying the foundation of a new state. He subsequently established the Gaza Kingdom, naming it after his grandfather, Gasa kaMagwenya. The Gaza Kingdom extended over southern Mozambique, small parts of Zimbabwe, and regions of Mpumalanga and the Limpopo province in South Africa. Over time, the people who came to be known as the Shangaan or the Tsonga Shagan emerged as a result of this migration and the assimilation of various local groups under King Soshangane's rule. Since they settled in a new land, it is evident that you become a product of your environment. The language that was spoken by the Ndwandwe became completely lost, especially after the collapse of the Gaza Empire in 1895, after King Mtungazwe Nxumayo was captured and exiled to Portugal. During the period of Portuguese colonization, many descendants of the Ndwandwe Nguni experienced cultural and linguistic shifts, which affected aspects of their identity. Today, several surnames in Mozambique, such as Numayo, Sitoe, and Khoza. Well, originally it was Nxumalo, Sithole, and Khoza. I know you're wondering why I haven't given the names of the languages that have been lost. Well, I had to go back in history, because in life, you can never understand one's present without knowing their past. I wouldn't consider these languages lost, but I'll say these are languages that aren't officialized in the Constitution of South Africa. For instance, the language of isiMpondo, spoken by the Mpondo nation, isn't a language considered to be official in South Africa. Hence, I am proud of the Mpondo nation for keeping their traditions and language alive. Bayete nina bakafaku. If I were to ask my fellow Bantus that are fighting for the recognition of their nations, who are you actually seeking approval from? The government or your fellow black people? The question shall answer itself. So let's go back to the topic of the lost language of Amandwandwe or Amashangane. There were several languages or dialects spoken by different clans around the 1700s, and the modern-day language regarded as isiZulu was originally known as isiNtungwa. Since Amandwandwe occupied the northern region of KwaNongoma close to Eswatini, they spoke two Nguni languages called isiLala and isiZansi, also known as isiTefuya, ukuyeyeza. isiLala is considered to be the dying language of South Africa, but thanks to the Cele clan that occupy the coast of KwaZulu-Natal, have kept this language alive. Bayete. isiLala actually sounds like isiSwati or isiBhaca. Let us compare some words in isiLala with isiXhosa, spoken by the Xhosa people of the Eastern Cape. Ufati, umfazi, unwana, umntana, inombi, intombi, umunu, umntu, unomo, umlomo, unede, umlenze, amadi, amanzi, imbwa, inja, iyuku, inkukhu. Now you know how isiLala sounds. Let us compare isiTefuya, the other widely spoken language that was spoken by the Ndwandwe back in the days. Let us compare ukuyeyeza with isiZulu, also known as isiNtungwa. When it comes to isiTefuya, the letter L is very rare compared to other Nguni languages and Nguni dialects. So, let us see how isiTefuya or ukuyeyeza sounds. Abanguni abayeyeza. They used to say Nxumayo, but now they say Nxumalo. Umzukuyu, umzukulu. Yaya, lala. Yutho, lutho. Zwidekayanga, zwidekalanga. Izoyo, izolo. Ukuzuyazuya, ukuzulazula. Phezuyu, phezulu. Thuya, thula. Bayeka, baleka. And this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Would you like to see me travel, bond with other Bantu tribes in different countries like Zambia, Mozambique, Tanzania, the Congos, Uganda? Well, I'd like to go there, but I need some financial assistance. Kindly donate any amount by clicking the link in my description or email me for my banking details. And thank you so much. I am Bantu Bison. Inkosi Yamashangane, Ondwandwe, Habasekudongomo.
If you trust me and give me that opportunity, I will not let you down. I will not let you down.